Hello, and welcome to episode 20 of the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You. And we begin by filling in some gaps of Mimi and Nano's past. The two went to the same middle school and entered a beauty contest in which Nano won, but refused Mimi's offer of friendship. Yeah, if I was Mimi, I'd be upset too. And it's led us now to the rooftop where we see the showdown between Mimi and Nano in the beauty seeking contest. And this is for all the marbles. Win, you get to stay in the family. Lose, you get written off of this series like Friend A from episode 1. But of course, none of this makes sense, as put forward by Karne. And I just love how she's a voice of reason in this bonkers anime, since what even is a beauty-seeking contest? Well, according to Mimi, it's an acceptable contest by the World Beauty Association, which is an actual thing, by the way, but research is telling me that they're based out of Panama City, Panama, and not Christchurch, New Zealand. The battle rages on as the two call out what they find beautiful about the other members of Rentero's family. I love how Mimi compliments all the girlfriends on something surface level, whereas Nano recognizes their personalities and quirks. Every bit of them is beautiful, and it makes sense they do so this way because Mimi hasn't come to know them yet, but it also shows how much they matter to Nano. She's really come a long way since her introduction. However, the match comes to a critical point when it's Shizuka's turn, and Nano isn't able to call out what's beautiful because she only sees what's so cute about her. These two have become such great friends. I mean, they're hanging out last episode together. Mimi manages to eke out a win, and now we're at a deadlock with Rentero being the final subject. Mei's now acting as judge, a role she takes a bit too seriously. But before she can award any points towards Nano and Mimi, Rentero removes a part of himself that they compliment. Also, there's a running gag in this series with Mei being a big fan of Rentero's eyebrows, so of course him removing them causes her to open her eyes. The two go back and forth complimenting what they can on Rentero, but alas, it ends with Rentero turning into... Oh my god, I've been waiting for this moment, and it's even funnier than I imagined it would be in the anime. Just look at him! Oh, he looks like he's from a Weird Al music video from the 1980s! Oh my god! Like a surgeon cutting for the very first time! Oh, I love this anime. Well, if he doesn't have eyebrows or hair or upstating character or even the same voice, well then he can't be judged and called beautiful for it. This is absolutely the boldest move he can make, since the result of the match is a tie, and therefore nobody is eliminated except his eyebrows. Rentero wanted to do this the entire time since he wanted the two of them to air out their grievances. He knew Mimi just wouldn't accept being added to the family right from the get-go if she had beef with Nano, so better to resolve it in a way that they can make amends for the past. Mimi actually entered Nano into the beauty pageant herself since she was so certain that she would win and be able to extend a hand of friendship to Nano, as they would become the greatest superheroes the world of beauty ever saw. But in the past, Nano didn't see the value in friendships. However, that has changed. She's come to know Rentero, the family, and wants to make up for her past mistakes. And the two become friends, as Mimi becomes the 10th girlfriend and the first one who's a second year. Before I go on though, I just want to say I loved how much gruesome English there was for the beauty seeking contest.
Not the beauty! That's crazy! No points!
That was beautiful in its own right. So it looks like we waited till the next day for her formal introduction to the family, but everybody already really likes her since the day before she showered everyone with praise. Also, I just want to point out that this chapter in the manga begins with this awesome art from Nozawa. It's so good. And now we get to see more of Mimi's personality shine as she's been welcomed by the family. She's a total narcissist, but that doesn't mean she doesn't want to uplift others. She finds the family to be beautiful too and wants to do what she can to improve this beauty. First, she tries applying makeup to Kusuri, and that goes entirely according to her plan. However, she does come up with the idea of everyone making out with Rentero to further release beautifying hormones, and interestingly enough, kissing actually does have some health benefits. So Kusuri takes it upon herself to drug everyone's lips, so the kisses feel like you're hitting the good crack. this all works out since we haven't gotten a Mimimi's kiss yet. But before we get there, we've got this badass shot of the Hanazonos tagging each other in. God, this goes so hard. We actually get a good amount of anime original content here with the hormones flowing through everyone's bodies, and I like how they're just mini versions of themselves. The lip balm that Kusuri applied has extreme effects on the girlfriends. Nano falls to her knees and has an anime original callback to the previous episode. Kusuri becomes a Hanazono and delivers another anime original scene with a public apology because she traded Luca to the Lakers, I think. Mei becomes a dog again. Hahari, oh, come on. She's just wearing lingerie underneath her uniform. Well, it's not like it was that much less revealing, you know. Iku becomes a member of the San Francisco 49ers because she's immediately at risk of tearing her ACLs. Karne obliterates Rentero's spine, but he grows it back, don't worry. She can practice it on Iku too. Kirumi goes deep in there, good lord. Right in front of Shizuka too, who goes next, and starts floating away because she's lighter than air. Hakuri dies from blood loss. Looks like it's time to update the counter again. Haven't done this since season 1. Also, there is another manga panel of what happened after that's pretty funny. And Mimimi gets her first kiss, where she reenacts Food Wars. All of this leading to this becoming a shoujo anime like that one episode of Kaguya-sama, and Rentaro becoming Michelangelo's David statue. In this episode, fully adapted chapters 40 and 41. Since I didn't go over her last episode review, I can talk about Mimimi Itsukushisugi since she's been formally added to the family. Mimimi is voiced by Lin, who has voiced Sakura Yamauchi from I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, Atsushi Nakajima from Bungo Stray Dogs, Lilia Greyrat from Misho Tensei, Silpha from 7th Prince, and Mafuyu Kirisu from We Never Learn, so she's got some experience with voicing a character from another harem series. Mimimi Itsukushisugi is, like I mentioned, a narcissist, and I know that she's definitely a girlfriend who might rub some people the wrong way from her introduction. I totally get it. I mentioned previously I didn't fully get Kurumi from her introduction until she had a bit more time to develop and shine in the series. Mimimi is like this too, and I really like Mimimi. I think she's a perfect example of an arrogant character done well. I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but one of my favorite games is Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I really like Lawrence in that game. He is the most self-absorbed character in the entire game, but you get to understand why and how he's actually a great guy. I really like narcissistic characters, since I fully believe that the person who matters most in your life should be yourself. It's important to support others and want to help them, but you gotta look out for number one after all. I think Mimimi embodies that feeling well. She puts in so much effort to improve herself and achieve what she wants, but this doesn't come at the expense of others. She sees herself as the most beautiful in the entire family, which, yeah, I understand why. But she also is quick to point out what makes the others so beautiful and remarkable too. If you're not too big on her, just give her a chance and you'll come to see how great of a person she really is. There are two bonus panels that were skipped in this episode. The first brings an appearance of the Love God, and the second brings up how Karne covered up part of Rentero's features. Other than that, this episode added a good amount of jokes and adapted pretty much everything else from the chapters. There's only a few episodes left for season 2, but the next episode should adapt some of my most anticipated chapters. Also, I recently uploaded 2 videos. I made a new isekai video and a fun, short 100 Girlfriends one where I gave a theme song to every girlfriend. However, I cover every single girlfriend up to the most recent one introduced in the manga, so I wouldn't recommend watching it if you're anime only. I've got more videos coming soon too, so make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Meanwhile.
Oh, just look at it!